Hi everyone. So, hang on. Hi everyone. Can you guys hear me? Because I'm using my earpiece to kind of make sure that I can talk to you guys better. Can you guys hear me? We have 7 of you guys here. Hi. So I'm gonna give it around like 5 to 10 minutes before I officially start. You guys can start leaving me your questions on the live chat. But yeah, so currently we still have like around 5 to 10 minutes. How have you guys been? I'm sorry that I have not been very active because I have been very busy with school. It is currently midterms. I have 2 midterms this coming Tuesday and Wednesday. So I've been really busy and I was like busy studying, but I know that you guys have been really stressed out about the whole KGSP application. So I decided that, I'm going to take like 1 to 2 hours out of my studying time to make this video for you guys. Thank you, Laiba. So I know some of you guys are probably watching this back at home. It is probably morning, afternoon, and like evening for those of you who are watching. So feel free to leave me your questions here, and I will start answering the questions around like 10:05 to 10:10 while we wait for more people to come in so that I don't have to repeat myself for certain questions. Obviously, I'm going to be saving this live as well for you guys to refer back on for those of you who are going to be applying for this year's KGSP Undergraduate Scholarship. So I know that the application is going to close soon. Can you guys let me know when is the application going to close for the undergraduate program? I think for Singapore, it is going to close this coming next Thursday or next Thursday. Is it the same for you guys as well? Is it going to be done like by 2 weeks from now? When is the deadline for your KGSP application? Please leave it in the chat. Let me know so that I can have a rough idea of like if I am supposed to make another Q&A for you guys or not. So let me know when you guys end, like the application is going to close for you guys, right? So we will wait for another 2 minutes before we officially start. Oh, so Li Heng says it's 16 October. Which country are you from, Li Heng? So for Singapore, I think it's this coming Thursday. So which is why I decided that it is really important for me to make this live stream for you guys despite being busy with school and studying and all that stuff. So yeah, so we have like a few minutes left. This is my last video, not for GKS in the sense that this is going to be my last Q&A for now for the undergraduate application, because obviously the scholarship is going to, the application for the scholarship is going to close this coming weeks or so. So in the future, I'll be uploading more of my private videos, like me studying in Korea, what is my day-to-day life studying as a full-time student here. So yeah, if you guys have not checked out my latest video, it is a travel vlog. Go and check it out. Help me like that video. Yeah. So Laiba, please don't unsubscribe because this is my last video on GKS Q&A, yeah? So Li Hyung says, you're from Cambodia. Hi. So yeah, it's 10:05, so I'm going to start now. Before I start, please give this live stream a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you have not already done so. So yes, let's begin. So first, Shubha says, hi, I wanted to know if the 1-year-long language program is sufficient enough for studying the courses of undergrad in Korean language. For this, if you have watched my previous Q&A, you would probably know, Sabha. I've already explained this quite a few times. Go and check that out. It really depends. I explained further in my previous video. It depends on how quick you are learning, how hard you are willing to work for it. So yeah, take that into consideration. But obviously, it is going to be difficult. Princess Khan says, thank you so much for this video and thank you so much for your response on Insta. My pleasure. This is one of my main reasons why I started live streaming, to help you guys who are struggling. From Sarah Galao says, hello, I do have a few questions, so please bear with me. I plan to apply for the KGSP 2022 graduate program, Korean English translation at HUFS, Chungang, and BUFS. So especially as far as I know, business majors courses are very theoretical rather than science majors, as science have math and equations. That's why I'm asking, won't it be hard for the business? It is theoretical and it's probably going to be in Korean. Obviously, they have English courses as well. But I do know of like some foreigners who are taking business majors as well. So as long as you're willing to work hard, I don't see why it is going to be an issue for you guys. So don't worry that much. Second, she says that I'm not a native English speaker. She's Egyptian, but she grew up bilingual and took the sets in high school. So I'll definitely be taking TOEFL. Yeah, so it'd be good for you to take TOEFL because in the application guidelines, they actually mentioned that if you have TOEFL or like any form of English proficiency test, they will actually give you guys a higher evaluation point, which is going to be important whether you'll be selected as one of the final candidates for the scholarship. So Sapha says, major students whose native is not Korean. I don't understand what you mean, Sapha. Do you mind explaining it further? So Sarah says, I just want to know, can I list my SAT score in the award section as further proof that I'm a skilled English speaker? Yes, I think it is a good idea for you to write down your SAT score. Make sure that it is up to date as well. But obviously, make sure to take TOEFL to ensure that your chances are there. So Sarah Glass says, your help is truly appreciated. My pleasure. So Sheila says, hi, John from the Philippines. Hi. Is it okay if my recommendation letter is not from my teacher or principal from back on high school? I personally recommend that your recommendations letter are actually something, or like people who have an idea of your academic abilities, like your teacher or someone who have like taught you or maybe worked with you in terms of academic abilities. But because you're supposed to give in 2 recommendation letters anyway, so it'll be good if you can't really find 2 like teachers, maybe you can give one from your teacher and one from someone else who can give you a fair like grading of yourself. So next, so Sheila says, into my personal statement, is it fine if I mention 2 courses? I prefer one psychology and the other one to be arts and design. It is all right. Just make sure that your personal statement and statement of purpose is linked to why you would like to do these 2 courses. Yeah, so I hope that answers your question. So Sheila also says, in Form 3 study plan, it says it is supposed to be 3 pages, so it means it's separately 1 page for language study plan. Yeah, so all in all, it's 3 pages, yes. So Priyansh says, for undergraduate program, the top 20% student criteria apply if we don't have. What do you mean by that, Priyansh? So in the application guideline, they actually mentioned that your grades have to be of a certain criteria before you can apply for the scholarship. So do make sure that you check that out. Majat says, I want to ask you about dorm. Yeah, feel free to ask me, like, what do you want to know about dorms? I don't personally stay in dorms, but I have a lot of friends who are currently staying on campus. So 130 Crispy says, greetings from Tunisia. Hi, it is currently 10:10 p.m. here in Korea. What time is it back at Tunisia? Let me know. So Sapta Parna says, sis, can I get KGSB if I have my bachelor's degree in microbiology in general? I don't think your bachelor's degree will be much of an issue. You just have to make sure you apply, like for example, the major that you're hoping to apply for your master's program. So if you're hoping to apply for a master's degree that is in relation to your bachelor's degree, obviously it'll give you extra points. But even if your bachelor's degree is not related to the master's degree that you're hoping to apply for, it doesn't necessarily mean that you'll be put in disadvantage. Yeah, so I hope that answers the question. So Sheila says, is it compulsory for me to include my grades when I'm in elementary, secondary school? This one you have to check with your Korean embassy. So they might require you to do so for them to have a proper validation of your grades. So you have to check with your Korean embassy. Just give them a call or drop them an email. So Mohit Yogi says, hello, I'm in the last year of my bachelor's. My papers approximately in March, and result is going to be coming out in June. Can I apply for master's for KGSP scholarship this 2021 March? From what I know, if you're in your last year of your bachelor's, you can only apply for the graduate scholarship. So currently the application is meant for the undergraduates. So if you're Mohit, if you're hoping to apply for the master's degree, the application will probably start in March. I'm sorry, I got confused. Yes, you can definitely apply for that since you'll probably be graduating this coming March. Yeah, so do give it a go. And by next year, I'm going to be doing another future, maybe like Q&A for the graduate program as well. So Park Minjong Fatima says, will the embassy check that the recommender for the recommendation is really your teacher in high school or not? This is really hard to say, but obviously if you're going to be asking someone to write your recommendation letter, their salutation must be valid. If not, it will not be fair to the others as well. So, and I think if your recommender who is writing a recommendation letter is not your teacher, then the embassy will probably find out like some way or another and like realize that, oh, this person is not being truthful, and that might cost you a penalty in your application. So don't take the risk. Zara also says, for my future plans, should I not write that I want to work in Korea? You can just write whatever you want. It is very free. I don't think they'll penalize you if you say that you want to work in Korea or whether you don't want to work in Korea in the future. It is just you have to give them a really detailed plan of what you want to do once you graduate. So bear that in mind. So, Zaro, I hope that answers the question. So 130 Mood Crispy says, if you have a lower than the required GPA in bachelor's, but you have a very high GPA for master's and want to apply for PhD, will I be disqualified, or the master's GPA is more important? I have not. I'm in my master's degree, so obviously I'm not sure about PhD. But from what I know, it is all right if you want to give it a go, because I think after all, master's is definitely probably going to be given more emphasis since it is the last your last education grade that they can actually judge you on. So if you're still worried, I would suggest you to contact your embassy because, but I personally don't think that would be an issue. So yes, I hope that answers the question. Satta Parna says, if I don't get honors in microbiology, but also have a general line, is it okay for masters? If you don't have honors, is it just like a certificate of merit or something like that? I don't think it's going to be an issue. Obviously, the scholarship is, the panel will probably hope for like people who are having like high grades because after all it's a scholarship, but I don't think it is like a compulsory. So just give it a go. Makute says, hi, I'm Mako from Mongolia. Hi. So I'm applying to the graduate GKS next year. Can you briefly explain the university track method if you don't mind? I'm planning to send my documents through that track. Hi, Makute. I actually made a few videos answering that question in my Q&A session. So please go and check that out. I've made quite a few in-depth videos about KGSB in general if you're hoping to apply, like how to write your documents, what do you need, how to ace the interview, all of like, and how it goes, my orientation experience. So go and check that out. Basically, the university track, you have to send your documents there. It is the same as like the embassy track. It is just that you don't give as many documents to them as the embassy track. So that is all actually. So it is rather simple, I guess. Embassy helps you send the documents to the university themselves. So you would have to make sure that your documents doesn't get lost in the process of sending it to the university. So that's something that you should bear in mind. So yeah. Thank you so much for answering. You're welcome. So Saran Han Jolly says, can we apply for the scholarship if previously we haven't appeared for any topic, any English proficiency exam? Yes, you can still apply for the scholarship. It is just that for those with either topic or English proficiency scores, it will probably be they'll be given more points in the evaluation for the scholarship. So yeah, bear that in mind. S018 Sanchi says, can I work in Korea then apply for the scholarship? You can work in Korea, but at the same time, when you apply for the scholarship via the embassy track, you have to remember that you have to apply via your home embassy. So you have to go back to the country where you were born and submit your documents to the Korean embassy there. So yeah, bear that in mind. Zaro says, I didn't understand what should I write my future plan and study plan in separate pages? I think this year for the undergraduate application, they actually required you to like separate your certificates. So I think there is a high possibility that you will have to write your future plan and study plan in separate pages. So check again with your embassy or the guidelines. I remember the guidelines having detailed information there. So Sarah says, can I list Coursera certificates in the award section? Yes, I don't see why not, because it is still an achievement of yours. So don't feel worried or like feel pressured that, it is not valid and stuff like that. So yes, feel free to write it in. But make sure you have like a way of showing them proof that it is legitimate. So yeah, moving on. Chivi Stingray say, hello, hi. The GKS undergraduate application and document submission period just concluded last Friday. Good luck. All things going well. I hope I will be shortlisted and invited for the interview. Any quick and helpful tips for the interview? Hi, Chivi Stingray. I actually have a very, very detailed video of the interview process. So please go and watch that. I will not be explaining it here because that video I actually shared a lot of information. I shared the possible questions that you might receive. I shared the questions that what I received, and I also asked my friends who got the scholarship what questions they received. So you can go and check that out, and you can make sure that you can prepare for yourself. So Sarah says, are there arranged airport pickups? Yes, there is. So I didn't use the pickup because I was able to just find my way here myself. But for those of you who are maybe going for like the language program out of Seoul, they will have to arrange pickup for you because after all, currently coronavirus is very, they're trying to be very cautious. So they will have to send you for swab tests once you arrive in Korea. So yeah. Vizini says, hey Joe, hope you remember. Yes, I do remember you. Hi. So Naduni says, hi, do you think being top 1,000 universities in university entrance exam in my country is good enough to get selected to the KGSP? I think it is a very subjective number because the scholarship panel wouldn't be able to like have an idea of how big your university is. So being top 1,000 students might not be a good representation. This is why they ask you for your results. So obviously results is a lot better. So yeah. So moving on, Sarah Gao says, do you think choosing a course based on or thesis based? I don't understand that question, Sarah. Can you like explain it again? I don't really understand your question. Chibai says, by the way, is the course you are pursuing fully taught in 100%? I'm doing Korean studies, which means that all my courses are in Korean. So I have some English courses as well that is out of Korean studies. So I'm taking courses from like maybe international cooperation. But it also depends, like in GSIS, which is like the Graduate School of International Studies, English is the main language of institution here for most of the majors, except for Korean studies, because Korean studies, after all, they need to make sure that you have a high proficiency in Korean. So yeah, but I do have friends who have like who are taking their courses 100% in English. Yes. So Sanchi says, which is the best university for psychology? Actually, any university in Seoul is good. Obviously, those three university, first University SKY, Seoul National University, Yonsei University, Korea University. Yeah, they are one of the top three universities in Korea. Saranjali says, I've completed my bachelor's this year, but due to the delay of exam, I didn't apply for KGSP this year. So can I apply it next year, or is there any restrictions? There's no restrictions. So I suppose you are going to be applying for your master's degree. So the application will probably start in like February, March next year. So just do give it a go. Kim Sang says, for personal statement, can I just write more about myself instead of major? Yes, for personal statement, it is more of like an introduction of yourself. For more information, please go and check out my second KGSP video, because I made a very in-depth video on how to write your documents, like your personal statement and statement of purpose. So do check that out, Kim Sang. So Floriana Papa says, hi, Jokopai, I hope you're doing fine and safe. Hi, I am doing really well. I've been really busy, which explains the lack of videos. I have 2 midterms this coming week, but I figured that you guys are really important as well, which is why I'm making this video for you guys. I hope you guys like it. So please remember to give this video a thumbs up. So yes, 130 Mood says, if I mention my internships and work experience in the form, should I add my internship work certificate to my application? Yes. If you're going to be writing your like internships and work experience, I didn't submit any work certificate, but if you do have a certificate, yes, I would suggest you to submit it, photocopy it, and send it to them so that you can prove that you actually did this job. Yes. So 안녕하세요. 잘 지내셨어요? 네, 안녕하세요. 잘 지냈어요. 제가 요새 너무 바빠서 영상 많이 못 올렸어요. 제가 이번 주 수요일이랑 목요일에 제가 그 미드텀 중간고사 있어가지고, 그래서 되게 열심히 공부하고 있었는데, 그래서 이번에 그 학생들이 이번 그 장학금 신청하는 기간이 좀 마감돼가지고, 제가 이번에 마지막 한 Q&A를 만들어서 여러분들과 함께 나누려고 합니다. 잘 지내셨어요? A97D님? 공부가 잘 되어 가고 있어요? 어려워요. 제가 솔직히 말해드리자면 진짜 어려워요. 이번 학기는 제일 어려운 것 같아요. 왜냐면 지금 제가 정치를 배우고 있기 때문에 한국어로 정치 배우는 게 되게 어려운 것 같아요. 단어들이 되게 새롭고 어렵기 때문에 사실 제가 되게 힘들어요, 지금. 네, 그래도 잘 지내고 있습니다. 너무 감사해요, 물어주셔서. 네, so moving on, Sarah says, thank you for this one on one-to-one mentoring. It's really helpful. Hope you're doing great and good. Thank you so much. So I'm fine says, can I ask my father to be my recommender as I can't find someone? No, I don't think your father is going to be a good option, because it is there is obviously going to be some biasness in the recommendation, which is why they always ask you to find someone who is like your teacher or someone else. So do try to find someone who can help you in that aspect. So Akanshka says, I got 105, 120 on TOEFL. Do you think this would be considered good? I'm not sure, because I've never taken TOEFL, because I'm an English speaker, but you can submit whatever scores that you have in TOEFL, but if you're worried, you can give your Korean embassy a call and ask them what is like the grade that they consider to be good for TOEFL. Yes, so I hope that answers the question. Paulina says, hi, can I ask when is the application for undergraduate 2020 to 2021? I think the application has already started, Eileen. So a lot of the countries have already closed. Some of the application is closing this week or this upcoming week or so. Yeah. So 아이고 고생 많으시네요. 괜찮습니다. So next, so Shirasan says, I've seen people say that only people who are from the field of science should apply for the university track. Is that true? I don't think it is so, unless there is like a specific requirement this year saying that, oh, for the university track, they're only taking people in this particular major. So you have to make sure you check the guidelines. So to make sure that you are not applying in the wrong direction. So make sure you check with like the guidelines. Every time they release the application, they release a set of guidelines as well, which is very important when you're applying for the scholarship. Yes. So please remember to give this video a thumbs up, everyone. It's very important to me. Yes, so Saranja says, my major was geology, so if I've done any geology related fieldwork, can I attach it? Yes, it is a good thing that you are going to be attaching it, because it actually kind of boosts your whole application, giving you more of like an advantage compared to others. Because if you're going to be hoping to further your studies in geology, then it is obviously going to be very beneficial if you can show that you have a certain kind of like fieldwork that you have previously done. And yes, so I think the panel will be very impressed. S018 says, in which month does Masters Form come out? I think it usually comes out in around February or March, so do check that out. Cherry Stingray says, is the monthly stipend enough to cover you well for the whole month? So I also explained this in my previous Q&A talking about questions about studying here in Korea. So for more information, you can go check that out. But to give you a very simple idea, it is that you have to be really thrifty in what you do. You cannot just splurge on whatever you want. Housing is going to be a problem if you're going to be splurging your money. So yes, bear that in mind. So Mohit Yogi says, so shall I in 2021 apply for the Masters in the month of March? Yes. So give it a go this coming year. Oh my God, it's already October, which is like a few months away. So yes, Priya says, all the best for your midterms. Thank you. Thank you so much. I remember you, Priya, because you follow me on my Instagram. So I do remember you. So I'm fine says, if my teacher is a retired person, then can he be my recommender, but he won't have a STEM? I think he can, but he just have to like indicate that he has already retired, and maybe just get like your the school that you studied in, where the teacher used to work at, to get the school to give you like a school official STEM. Yes, so Rosa Angelica says, I might to apply this one, but I want to study in Korea. I'm not sure what you mean. Can you explain more? A97DA says, 제가 물어보고 싶은 거 있는데요. GPL 신청할 때 석사 과정이 언제쯤 가이드라인이 나와요? 제가 신청할 기간 시작할 때는 한 2월 말쯤인 것 같아요. 그때 한 2월 말쯤이었고 설날 끝난 것 같아요. 그때. 그래서 아마 2월 말 끝나고 한 3월 초? 거기서 한 그 가이드라인도 나오고 한 2주 동안 그 신청 기간이고, 한 2주 후에는 그냥 닫고 그냥 바로 인터뷰 시작하고 이렇게 하는 것 같아요. 네. S01818 Sunshi says, in which month does Masters Form out? I mentioned it is probably in March or February. I'm fine says, my high school was not of 5 years as the tables there, but only 2 years, and how to enter the marks. Then just write whatever you have. So you don't have to fill up all the boxes. You just have to write like year 1, year 2, that's all. Be Yourself says, best in uni for English major. The best obviously is Seoul National University, because it's the best university in Korea. But to be fair, there are a lot of very good universities in Seoul. So yeah. So S018 says, is there any test like Toefl for Korean language? So it is TOPIK. TOPIK is the only way you can skip the Korean language learning year. But to get you have to get at least like TOPIK 4 and above, from what I remember. If not, you will have to go through like the Korean language year. Yeah. So A9DN님 조코파이, 초코파이 아니에요. 조코파이예요. 제 이름이 조라서. 네. 전공 지도 교수님들이 괜찮으신가요? 네, 되게 괜찮아요. 제가 지금 한국어학 전공이잖아요. 그래서 우리 학과 교수님뿐만 아니라 학생들도 되게 착하셔서 되게 잘 지내고 있는 것 같습니다, 제가. 그리고 지도 교수님들도 되게 조언도 많이 주시고, 그리고 한 학기 한 번씩 꼭 교수님들이 만나야 돼요. 지금 요새 어떻게 지내고 있냐, 공부 괜찮냐, 되게 힘든 점이 있냐, 지금 한국에서 사는 되게 막 코로나 때문에 되게 힘든 거 아는데 좀 힘내라, 이런 말씀을 많이 전해주시니까 되게 따뜻합니다. 네. Saran just says, what documents we have to notarize other than your mark sheet? You have to notarize your transcripts, any like your graduation certificate, like any document except for your awards. Anything that has to do with your grades, your score, you have to do that. Is KGSP easy? No, I don't think KGSP is easy. I think it also depends on like what is your outlook on KGSP. So for KGSP students, there are a minimum grade that you have to maintain every single semester to make sure that you are not given warnings or being sent back home. So yes, so you have to bear in mind that you have to keep up to the whole scholar kind of title. Yeah. So Floricita says, hi, do you have any advice if I don't get the scholarship? Should I register the university in my country first or what? Thank you. This is quite a big risk, but if you are hoping to study here in Korea, then you have to see when, I'm not sure when the application for university starts in your country, because in Korea here, the application starts around like October, which means that it might clash with your home country. But at the same time, the results are probably only going to be released around November, December. So if you're supposed to accept your university in your country, then by a certain date, then that might be an issue. So bear that in mind. So B yourself says, does SNU teach in English for English major? No, I don't think so. Besides GSIS, most of the SNU majors teach in Korean. Yes. So Mogi says, please do read my entire question. What was the question, Mogi? I'm sorry. So shall I in 20 apply for masters? Yes, I said that you should apply for masters in March of 2021 through KGSP. Yes. Did I misread your question? Please let me know. Paulina says, I tried to apply online today. Can I ask if that is already the application for the scholarship? From what I know, you can't apply online for KGSP. You would have to submit your documents to the Korean embassy in your home country. So I'm not sure what you actually applied for. Yeah. So B yourself says, it's only topic enough. What are the minimum marks for undergraduate? If you're hoping to topic is enough if you're hoping to skip the whole 1 year language program kind of thing. What do you mean by what minimum marks for undergraduate? If you're saying what is the minimum mark that you should have when you're applying for master's degree, then I think it's the 20%, like the top 20%, if I'm not wrong. Excuse me. So yeah. When can we give topic after bachelor's? It would be best if you can submit your topic results together with your application. If not, then there might be an issue. So do try to submit your topic grades together with your bachelor application. So yourself says, what should I write in the essay? I made a video on the essay, so please go and check that out. It is the second video on how to write your document, so please go and check that. A97D님 say, 지금 그럼 학교 안 가고 원격 수업을 네, 제가 지금 줌 통해서 그 수업 듣고 있습니다. 그래서 그냥 학교 같지만 그냥 집에서 학교 하는 느낌? 그냥 사이버 학교 같은 느낌이에요, 지금. Nabia says, hey, do we need to notarize all 4 sets of the documents or only 1 set and 3 photocopies? I think you would have to notarize all 4 sets of the documents. So to be safe, I would suggest you to drop the Korean embassy a call, because from what I remember, they would want notarization for every single set. Mohit Yogi, which is given above, please. I don't really understand your question, Mohit. What do you mean by, so shall I in 2021 apply for masters through KGSP? Yes, you should apply for the masters this coming 2021 in the month of March. Yes. Is notarization for mark sheet to be done by school or from any institution? The notarization is done by a legal firm, a notary that is like a public notary. So you have to Google and see which public notary is near you, and then you have to get the notarization done by them, and then go back to your Korean embassy to let them confirm that they accept this notarization. Yes, so bear that in mind. 이구팀 이렇게 외국인 학생들에게 도움이 될 만한 영상을 올려주셔서 감사해요. 아닙니다. 제가 지금 그 학기 때문에 되게 바빠서 사실 제가 영상 많이 못 올리고 있어요. 그리고 사실 제가 KGSP에 대한 그런 영상을 좀 많이 올렸거든요. 그래서 또 아직 지금 KGSP에 대한 그런 어떤 영상 올려야 될까 많이 고민하고 있어서 다른 영상도 많이 올리고 있어요. 그래서 만약에 시간 괜찮으시면 제가 올리는 블로그나 아니면 남자친구랑 같이 그런 영상들을 좀 응원해주세요. 많이 봐줬으면 감사하겠습니다. 좋아요도 많이 눌러주시고요. Mohit Yogi says, I'm in the final year of my graduation. In March of 2021, my papers will be finished and the result will come in the month of June. I want to do masters in Korea. Yes, yes, as I mentioned, because you're going to be graduating by June, and you can just get like a certificate of expected graduation. So I don't see that's why there's going to be an issue. So just give it a go. If you have any question, call the embassy. Yes, so I hope that helps. Sunchi says, in which month is topic held? It depends from country to country. You have to check with your Korean embassy or any Korean international school in your country to make sure that you are given the right information. Yes. So 에쿠치디에님 says, 석사 과정을 잘 마치고 논문도 잘 통과되셨으면 좋겠네요. 감사합니다. 제가 사실 지금 너무 바빠서 논문 생각을 아직 못하고 있어요. 사실 해야 되는데 그래서 할 거 많아요. 네, 그래서 잘하고 해야 되는데. Nabia says, what is the difference between percentile and percentage? Do we need to notarize our awards and certificates too? Awards and certificates, you don't have to notarize them because it is too much and it's going to be too expensive for you to do so. What is the difference between percentile and percentage? I think to make it simple, you just have to think of it as like the top 20% of like the whole grade of yours. So for example, maybe if there are like 5 out of 5 GPA, like the full marks of your GPA is 5, then you have to take the top 20%, like the best 20%, maybe like 4.5 or 4.0 and above. Yeah, I'm quite bad at math, so I can't really tell that. But it's just that you have to make sure that you are of your academic abilities of like a certain level. Yes. So when are the results for master's scholarship to be out? I think mine was like released in May, I think. I can't remember. You have to go and watch my very first video on like me moving to Korea where I talked about my process. I actually showed like my reaction on me receiving the call of the final confirmation. So do go and check that out. Li Hyung says, for passports, do we need the color copies or what black-white copies? I submitted mine in black and white. There wasn't any issue, so I don't see if there's difference. Romy says, hello, hi. Lahiru says, does embassy or NIIED contact our recommendations at schools? I don't think so, but I don't think you would want to take that risk. It is always, and of course, if you're going to be doing it the right way, which is getting your recommendation letters from your teachers, I don't see why you'll be worried about them contacting your recommendees. So don't worry about that. Just be truthful, yeah. Be honest. But you never know. The NIID is quite a big organization, so I don't see why not that they might not contact your school. So yes. GKS 면접을 2개 봐야 되는 건가요? 맞아요. 그런 것 같아요. 제가 한 번에 그 대사관에서 먼저 봤거든요. 면접을. 그때는 그냥 면접 보고 그때 그 다음에 3명을 확정되었다. 그걸 한 다음에 제가 어떤 학교 가고 싶은지 거기 다 적혀 있잖아요. 막 예를 들면 서울대, 연세대 아니면 그 고려대 이렇게 적었는데 그때 제가 그냥 서울대만 면접을 했어요. 제가 그때 연세는 그냥 합격했고요. 그리고 소강 또 그냥 합격했어요. 그냥 서울대는 유일하게 인터뷰 필요했어요. So she's asking if we have to go through 2 interview for GKS. So for me, I went through 2. The first one is at the Korean Embassy. And once I was confirmed as the confirmed candidate for the scholarship, I had to do the next interview with the school that I was applying for. So there are 3 schools that I applied for. I only had an interview with Seoul National University. Yonsei accepted me, Sogang accepted me without any interview. It was only SNU. I think SNU is the only school that carry out like a whole wide range of like interviews. So yes. Okay. So Realme says, so I ranked 3rd in speaking Korean contest and got an offer from a Korean TV channel to interview with them. Do you think that will help with my application? Yes, of course. I think anything that can show that you are fluent in Korean is going to be very useful. Good job. Priya says, thanks, so sweet of you. Thank you so much for remembering me. Lots of love too. Thank you for supporting me every single time. My video. Please remember to like all my videos and subscribe. I have my latest video is a travel vlog for those of you who are interested. Please remember to like as well. Tran says, it is not related to KGSP, but I want to say thank you so much. I really enjoy your video and your live stream, which are amazing. Please, you're too nice. You're welcome. I hope that my videos have been of some help for those of you who are struggling in terms of KGSP. I know how that feels because when I applied for my KGSP, I wasn't able to actually receive much help. So I'm glad that I was able to be of some help for you guys. Yes. So Nabia says, my teacher is asking, do I have to put both form for recommendation letters and the letters in the envelope only for letters? I actually, hang on. Let me see. Because there are 2 recommendation letters that you need to write, right? So I think what I did was I got my professors to, hang on. Because there's 4 copies. Let me think of what I did actually. I can't really remember. I took a photo, which was in my previous video, which was the very first video that I made on KGSP, which is episode 0. I think I got my professor to give me 4 separate copies, I think. So in total, I got 8. Yes, so I got 4 like different copies, 4 different envelopes from each professor. So 8 in total. Yes. So Sanji says, when do the master students arrive in Korea? I think you will arrive in around September, late August, because school starts in September. But because of Corona, I think they would want you to come slightly earlier because of quarantine and then the whole swab test and everything like that. Yes. So Sanji says, will topic be helpful in my application? Yes, it is going to be helpful because you will be given more evaluation points. Priya says, hi, just in case if applying for 2021 in GKS or master's degree for fall semester and didn't get selected, then do apply? Yes, you can definitely try again because who knows, you might be selected for the next one. Yes. So Priya says, thank you a lot for the session, Joe. You're welcome. I hope it has been of some help. 자소서와 연구 계획서 추천서 이 3개 필요하지요? 나머지 서류를 작성해야 하죠. 아마. 네, 3개 다 필요해요. 그래서 제가 사실 KGSP 영상 한 2번째 영상에 다 적었거든요. 그래서 어떻게 써야 되는지 만약에 에쿠침디에님이 그거 만약에 문제 같은 거 있으면은 거기 영상 보고 만약에 질문 있으시면 거기 댓글 달아주시면 제가 바로 답장해드리겠습니다. Yes. Realme says, thanks for helping. Love from Turkey. Love you so much. Thank you so much. You're welcome, everyone. I hope that this has been of some help. For those of you who are watching, is there any more questions? Because it is currently 44. There are 20 minutes left. So leave me more questions. I will continue to answer them until the time is up. Can you give us some last minute tips for study plan? Hi, Nabihia. I have a very detailed video on my channel. It is the second video about KGSP. Let me find the link for you. It is very detailed. So it is going to be, you just need to watch that video for any tips actually. And you'll know how to write your basically your study plan and all that stuff like that. Hang on, let me send you the link. Okay. Here you go. This is the link. Go and check that out. 나비하의 구치대님 감사합니다. 아닙니다. 만약에 더 질문 있으시면 여기 댓글 달아주세요. 생활 어떤지, 공부 양이 어떤지 이런저것 제가 지금 시간 있으니까 그냥 수다로 생각하면 됩니다. Usam says, I want to know when and how those who are applying for university to conduct interview. I think they might be conducting the interview through online methods like maybe Zoom or video call or face call. So that is what I know. So Nabia says, okay, thank you so much. Yes, please go and check that out. Please remember to give this video a like. Is there any more questions coming from you guys? You can ask me about anything. You can ask me about how is life in Korea because of coronavirus? How is the workload here? Is it stressful here in Korea? How am I dealing with online classes or stuff like that? I'm going to be doing a video on like a week in my life. Like how do I do my online classes? How is it like? And yeah, I'm just going to be sharing my daily life with you guys. So do check that out. Remember to subscribe to my channel because a lot of very interesting videos are coming. I have travel vlogs as well. Nabia says, is there racism in South Korea? I think like every single country, there is going to be racism. It is something that is very inevitable. So yes, there is racism in South Korea, like any other country. It is very normal. It is just, but definitely I think in the recent years, the people here are actually becoming more open to international students, international foreigners. So they are not hostile to you. They are very welcoming, in fact. So yes. 구치디에님, 서울대 아주 좋은 학교잖아요. 진짜 대단하시네. 아닙니다. 진짜 제가 되게 부족하고 그냥 지금 열심히 하고 있습니다. Chunchi says, is there any scope for psychology in Korea? I'm not sure about psychology because I'm not majoring in psychology, but just for your reference, psychology is not a very popular major in Korea among Koreans. Yeah, just something for you to know. How long should interview answers be? Marcel, hi Marcel. Nice to see you again. How long should interview answers be? As long as you feel that you have like fully explain yourself and like answer the question, I think it is all right. For me, I think my whole interview process was around like 15 minutes. I think I spoke too much, but then the interview panels were like very nice about it. So yeah, just be coherent in answers. That's my tip for you guys. Saksham says, is there any scholarship for year 2020 and 2021? So currently the undergraduate scholarship is ongoing. I'm not sure if like the application has closed for your country, but for next year there is like in March, I think there is the master's scholarship. So you can go check that out. Chan Pio say, hi, Missy. Hi, it's really nice to see you again. 구치디님, 앞으로 박사도 공부할 생각 있으신가요? 전혀. She asked if I have any thoughts of pursuing my PhD. I said no. 제가 지금, 왜냐면 제가 사실 싱가포르에서 학부 졸업하자마자 바로 한국에 왔거든요. 그래서 사실 제가 쉼틈 없이 그냥 계속 공부했거든요. 그래서 한 평생 공부했기 때문에 너무 지루해요, 지금. 너무 힘들고 burnout 왔어요. 그만 공부하고 싶다. 그냥 잠깐이라도 그냥 사회생활 좀 하고 싶다. 좀 공부하고 싶다. 이렇게 하거든요. 그래서 사실 제가 박사는까지는 제가 박사하는 재질 아닌 것 같아요. 제가 제 주변 있는 친구들이 박사하는 친구들이 진짜 열정 많은 친구만 할 것 같아요. 제 친구들이 한 몇 명 있는 것 같아요. 한 3명? 박사까지 하고 싶은 친구들? 근데 저는 전혀 안 할 겁니다. So basically what I said was that I'm definitely not going to be doing my PhD because I actually came straight to Korea after graduating from my Singapore's university, Nanyang Technological University, which means that I've been studying my entire 24 years, not 24 years, 20 years of my life, and I'm currently facing like a very strong burnout, and I'm not willing to continue my studying. I want to step out and work for a little while. Yes, so yes. Jarina says, hi, nice to see you again. Chaksam, I already mentioned the scholarship. You can go and check that out. Mission says, thanks. Don't worry. Do you know that I'm waiting for your life? Thank you for waiting for my life, A-chan. It really means a lot. 엑구치디님 보통 면접에 어떤 질문을 받으셨어요? What questions did I receive in the interview? 제가 사실 인터뷰의 영상이 만들었거든요. 잠깐만요. 제가 지금 링크 바로 찾고 보내드릴게요. So I actually made a very detailed video about the interview process, what questions I actually got, what questions did my friend receive. So for those of you who are worried about the interview, go and check that out. So 여기입니다. So this is the video. 이거는 제가 만들었던 영상입니다. 그 인터뷰 어떤 질문 받을 건지, 어떤 팁 있는지, 노하우 같은 거 다 여기 다 있습니다. 그래서 한번 보세요. So will the undergraduate program in 2020 be taught online? It really depends on the situation here in Korea, to be fair. Actually, we were supposed to start face-to-face lessons this semester, but because of like a sudden outbreak, then everything got like changed, and we are doing like online lessons as well. So it really depends. Maybe by next the undergraduate program, by then, the start of school, by then, hopefully coronavirus is over. I hope you guys are safe and sound in your own country, because coronavirus can be really scary. Anna Patricia says, do you have any tips for the study plan essay? Anna Patricia, please go and check out my second video on KGSP. I have a very, very detailed video on that. So let me share the link with you. Please go and check that out. It is very useful. I have received a lot of comments from people saying that it is very useful. So do and check that out. This is the video. Yes, so Saksham says, thank you. You are really so helpful for us. Thank you for your dedication for us. You're welcome. So for those of you who are not following me on my Insta, please go and follow me on my Instagram. I update my daily life here in Korea and stuff like that. So please go and follow me on Instagram. Nabia says, my sister has forced me to ask you whether there is any scope of interior designing in South Korea. Yes, I think Hongik University, which is like a very artsy design kind of university, they do have such majors. So do go and check that out. Is topic difficult? It depends on what grade you're hoping to get. I think it was rather difficult. I got the highest level 6, but I think it can be quite challenging for some people. Yes. So Tran says, do we need to prepare any documents when going to the interview room? No, you just have to prepare yourself and enter the interview room. That's all. So yes, Achan Pio says, are SKKS and Hanyang universities good for computer science? What is SKKS? 성균관? So Songkyungwan and Hanyang, they are really good schools. So I think they make it into like the top 10 in Seoul. So they are obviously good universities as well. So yes. Inner Patricia, thanks. You're welcome. So A972님 says, 저는 7년 만에 4급을 땄었는데 지금 이제 6급 따야 할 시기거든요. 혹시 토픽을 잘 보는 방법을 알려주실 수 있으세요? So she's asking, is there any tips to get to score well for your topic? So I would suggest you to buy topic books and practice. That is my know-how, because a lot of the questions are very similar. You can practice your time limit, how much time you need to spend, and stuff like that. 제가 사실 토픽 준비할 때는 한 2주밖에 안 준비했거든요. 그때는 뭐 했냐면 그냥 작년부터 하면 옛날에 있는 막 모든 토픽 그 시험지들이 다 모아서 다 한 번 했어요. 다 연습한 듯이 그냥 다 했고, 계속 연습하고 어디 틀렸는지 다 한 번 보고, 그냥 그리고 시간 연습 되게 중요한 것 같아요. 왜냐면 6급 되게 높은 점수 따야 되기 때문에 시간 타임 매니지먼트 되게 중요한 것 같아요. 제가 봤을 때. 왜냐면 리스닝도 있고 라이팅도 있고 이것저것 다 있기 때문에 어떤 부분에서 집중해야 되는지 어떤 부분에서 빨리 해야 되는지 이런 되게 중요하거든요. 그래서 사실 그 옛날 그 시험지 다 가져와서 한 번 연습하는 게 제일 중요한 것 같아요. 그거 하면서 제가 여기 되게 부족하네. 여기 어디부터 너무 어려우니까 그냥 스킵해야 되네. 이런 느낌이 있기 때문에 한 번 연습하면 감이 오거든요. 그래서 그거 한 번 연습하는 게 추천드립니다. Yes. So Achan says, I follow your Instagram. Thank you. Sanchi says, thank you so much. You're welcome. Is there any more questions? Please keep it coming. We have 5 more minutes. Leave your questions and I will answer them. You can ask me anything related to Korea. How is the food here? Do I cook? Do you like eating Korean food? You know, you can just ask me stuff like that and I'll answer your questions. So yes. Is there any more questions, you guys? I hope you guys are safe in your country. Mohit says something wrong here. 1992님, 오늘 방송은 몇 시까지 할 거예요? What time am I ending my broadcast? So I'm going to be ending my broadcast soon. 사실 제가 원래 1시간 예정이거든요. 왜냐면 건보 다시 해야 되기 때문에. 그래서 지금 만약에 그 문제 있으시면 바로 여기 남겨주세요. 제가 그 마지막 질문까지 대답을 할 겁니다. Take care of yourself. Thank you. Please take care of yourself as well back at home. Wear your mask, sanitize your hands, wash your hands regularly because it is really important. Sunchi says, can vegetarians survive there? That is a good question because, you know, Korea like to eat meat, you know, pork, beef. But there are a lot of options for vegetarians now as well. But if you're worried, you know, there's always the option of cooking, you know, and preparing of food. It says my comment are removed. I have not seen. Yeah, it says that your message has been retracted. Did you remove your comment, Mohit? Usa Brira says, I want to also know what is better between applying to university track or embassy track. Hi, Isabella. I actually already mentioned this in my previous Q&A, so please go and check that out. I will send you the link here. Hang on. But yes, there are differences. So I actually explained what are the differences. So let me share it with you. Hang on. So it really depends on where you live, actually, like which country you're from, because it can affect that as well. So Oshibura, this is the video. Go and check that out. A97D에서 한국 남자들은 어떤 건가요? 여자들한테 잘 죽여주는 편인가요? She asked, how are Korean men? Do they take good care of like women? So Korean guys, like the Korean guys whom I know, are actually really gentlemanly. They are really nice. They're really friendly. But I have heard of stories of like guys being really nasty to people as well, like not just foreigners but also Koreans as well. 한국 남자들은 제가 아는 한국 남자들이 되게 좋은 분들이에요. 되게 다정하고 되게 젠틀하시고 그리고 되게 친절하시고 되게 잘 챙겨주시는 것 같아요. 제가 클라이밍을 하는 오빠들이도 되게 젠틀맨하시고 되게 잘 챙겨주셨어요. 그리고 같이 공부하는 친구들도 되게 착하시고 남자친구도 되게 좋은 분이시기 때문에 그 남자친구들의 친구들도 되게 좋은 분들이고 괜찮은 것 같아요. 물론 한국 남자뿐만 아니라 막 모든 나라들도 막 나쁜 남자들도 있잖아요. 그래서 다 있을 거예요. 그냥 잘 판단해야 돼요. 네. 너무 친절하고 좀 이상할 수도 있고 그냥 너무 젠틀하시면 또 이상하기 때문에 그냥 중간에 있는 남자들이 제일 좋은 것 같아요. Sheila asked, if once I get to Korea and when it is time for vacation, is it fine to go back to my home or other countries? Okay, so this is a very good question, Sheila. So for those of you who are going to be awarded KGSP, there is actually a time limit for you whether you can stay in Korea. So there, you have to stay in Korea during your school like semester. So during a semester, you cannot leave the country. So only during semester breaks you can go back to your country, but then there's a time duration. So you can only go back to your country for a maximum of maybe 30 days, but without getting your allowance cut. So if you're going back home for more than 30 days, they will cut your allowance day by day. So bear that in mind. So Peter says, thank you so much. Stay healthy and eat 3. Thank you so much. Stay healthy as well. I hope you are going to be staying safe in your country as well. Please wear your mask. I clipped out my question, but it's removed. Oh, really? I didn't remove it, but I just mentioned that your message was retracted. So Achan says, a scholarship winner live in dorm or others. Do we need to join dorm? Yes. So for there are 2 options. You can either stay in dormitories or you can actually get a house of yourself. So for me, I decided to stay on my own. By friends who decided to stay in the dormitory. So it really depends. Dormitories are more affordable, but there are pros and cons. You have a roommate, so if you are like uncomfortable with staying with a roommate, then maybe staying on your own is a better choice out of campus. Yes. So Moise says, yes, you can apply for KGSP in March. I already mentioned that you can just get your expected graduation certificate, you know, and then just tell them that you're going to be graduating then, so you can apply. Yes, I already answered your questions, Mohi. So please go and watch it back. Achan says, if we don't want to go back during holidays, can we leave in the school? Yes, you can continue staying in the school dorm. You just have to pay regularly and you can just stay. So yes. But Pasha say, hi sis, hi, long time no see. How are you doing? I'm so sorry for like the lack of videos because I actually explained it in the beginning. I've been really busy. I have 2 midterms coming up this coming Wednesday and Thursday. So I've been really busy studying, which explains my dark circles, my pimples, because I've been staying up late to study and I've been really stressed out. So yeah, so I've been really busy, but I'm trying my best to kind of keep myself updated with you guys because I know that the application for the undergraduate is going to close soon. So I'm trying to make sure that I can help as much people as I can before the application closes. And more videos are going to be coming out by Pasha. I hope you have been watching my videos. I have a latest travel vlog. Please go and check that out. Give that a thumbs up. Please remember to thumbs up this Q&A as well. Please, please, please. Moises, thank you. You're welcome. Tran says, if we failed to enroll for the subject because I heard it's really competitive, so what should we do? Should we enroll in next semester? And if it can be... I don't have any WhatsApp group, sorry, Mohit. It is just, you can ask me questions via my YouTube, yes. If you failed to enroll... Yes, if you failed, like the scholarship, if you failed to receive the scholarship, then you can apply it again the next year. And by the way, I don't answer questions on my Instagram because I've been receiving too much DMs and I don't check my DMs. So please, if you guys have any question on KGSP, please just leave them under any KGSP related videos and I'll answer my comments straight away. Yes. If we apply for a course which is in Korean English, then is it taught in English or Korean? It can be both. But you have to remember that if you're coming to a university in Korea, Korean is the main form of main language of instruction. So you have to bear that in mind. There might be courses in English, but at the end of the day, it is still Korean. So H97님 says, 외국인 장학생이 몇 살까지 지원할 수 있나요? 학부 학생은 한 제한이 있었는데, 근데 석사 학생은 없는 것 같아요. 그냥 학부 졸업하시면 될 것 같아요. 아마 한 40살까지 하는 것 같아요. 그래서 걱정 안 해도 될 것 같아요. I mean, when we study in Korea, like the credit. What do you mean, Tran? Thank you so much for sharing. You're welcome. Okay, bye. See you soon. Yes, see you soon. By pleasure, say I've already completed the application form and mailed them to the Korean embassy. I'm so thankful for your help and hope that. Yes, I'm praying that you will get the scholarship as well. I'm hoping that my subscribers and like those of you who are watching will be able to get the scholarship as well, because I really want to meet you guys here in Korea and maybe film a video with you guys. So yeah. 수업 몇 개씩 듣고 있으세요? How many lessons am I taking this semester? 이번 학기는 제가 3개밖에 안 들어요. 초반에 그 첫 학기랑 두 번째 학기는 그냥 4개 들었어요. 4개는 제일 많은, 제 맥시멈이에요. 최대 4개밖에 못 들어요. 그래서 이번 학기는 그냥 3개만 들어요. 왜냐면 논문 시작 준비해야 됐기 때문에 그냥 3개만 듣고 있습니다. 그래서 So I'm only taking 3 classes this semester because I am trying to formulate my thesis and trying to get myself like which direction am I going. So I'm taking just 3 classes this semester. Is there any more questions? I wonder if I cannot enroll for the subject in Korean in the next semester. So if you fail a subject, yeah, you can always take it again next semester. Don't worry about your bank English, it's fine. If you're talking about failing a particular subject, you can always take it again in a curriculum. Don't worry. But you just have to make sure that you finish that subject before you graduate. Yes. Is there any more question? Because next live, regarding live sessions, the KGSP application for undergraduate is going to be closing in the next 2 weeks or so. So for the time period, there will be very little KGSP live. I'll be doing more live on like mukbangs and like live in Korean, stuff like that. But if you are interested, you can stay tuned to my Instagram, because I'll be always like updating when I'm going to be having live sessions. So go and follow me there. 제가 사실 인스타 DM 질문 안 받거든요. 왜냐면 지금 요새 DM 너무 많이 오기 때문에, 그리고 제가 DM 잘 확인 안 하거든요. 그래서 사실 제가 만약에 질문 있으시면 댓글에 다는 게 제일 빠른 것 같아요. 왜냐면 제가 사실 DM 확인 안 하기 때문에 항상 되게 늦게 답변을 합니다. 그래서 사실 그 댓글 하면 제가 제일 빨리 답변해 드릴 수 있어요. 그래서 거기 답변해 주시면 제가 바로 답변해 드리겠습니다. Live is so useful. Thank you. I hope it is useful. Actually, it is meant to like answer questions that you guys might have. So yes. Is there any other questions? Because it is currently an hour. 지금 1시간 다 됐어요. 그래서 만약에 질문 없으시면 제가 이거 끌 겁니다. Do the interviewers ask about all of the interviews? They might ask you all about all of the universities, but during my time, I think they didn't really ask me much about my universities. They just probably asked like, why do you want to go to this university? Stuff like that. Yeah. So by Persia says, can you tell me about the after process of mailing the application to them? Like by what time will we be notified to if we are selected or not? Do we have to reach the Korean embassy for interview? Okay, hang on. Let me send you my experience, because I actually made a very detailed video of my timeline by Persia. Hang on. So this is my entire process. I can't remember the exact dates now, so please refer to this video. 이 영상이 제가 그 모든 과정이 다 담았어요. 그 사료 제출, 면접, 그리고 소식 받을 때 막 미친 듯이 소리 지를 때. Yeah, so refer to this video, okay, by Pasha, because I have all of like my timeline and dates that I actually received, like my email and stuff like that. 근무하느라 감사합니다. 제가 부치디에님 되게 얘기 많이 하니까 되게 친근하고 그냥 친구 같아요. Mohit Yogi, is Korean study essay? What do you mean by is Korean study essay, Mohit? Can you explain more? I don't really understand your question. Korean studies easy? No, definitely no. It's not, because okay, but it also depends, because maybe I'm in Seoul National University, the demands is a lot harder, but because Korean studies is done in Korean and a lot of new terms like academic Korean is very difficult, so I wouldn't say that it's easy. Yeah. Is there any more questions? Because if not, I'm going to be ending my live here. 질문 더 있으시면 여기 달아주세요. 왜냐면 질문 없으시면 제가 여기 끊겠습니다. Is there any more questions? Because if not, I'm going to be ending my live here. This is my Instagram. Go and follow me over there. I do a lot of updates. I do dance covers. Hi, Jolene. I do dance covers. I do like update of my life. So go and follow me there. And I'll be updating a lot of information in the future. Hello, I would like to apply for master's degree, but I heard that natural. What do you mean by I heard that natural science and engineering ? I don't really understand your question, Severa. Can you ask me, like, explain more? We just apply. What do you mean? Like, I don't really understand your question. Can you like explain it further? Like you would like to apply for master's degree, but like what are you trying to say? Because I don't really understand. I'm so sorry, I can't explain. No, you can actually apply for master's degree. There's no restriction on what degree you can, unless it's like from what I know, there is no restriction on what major you can apply for master's degree. So I don't think there is a limit. Yeah, I hope that answers the question. Yeah, there's no limit for like which major you can apply for master's degree. Yeah. So is there any more question? If there is no further question, I'm going to be ending my live here. Is there any more question, everybody? Please leave your question here. I will take questions for another 5 minutes and then I will end my live here. So is there any question? Please remember to like this Q&A. Please like this Q&A, everyone. Please press that like button. When you landed in Korean, did someone pick you up? I didn't, but there is an option for you to opt for like a pickup, but I didn't because I could just find my way. It was easier. So yeah. So yay, please. Thank you. You're welcome. I hope that was helpful. There is an option for pickup, but I didn't do it that way. So yeah. But for those of you who will be like studying outside of Seoul, then I think they will provide like pickup as well. Yeah, you can definitely mention it and say that, oh, you know, like I've already studied 1 year and I'm hoping to continue my studies in Korea. Yeah, no harm in like adding it into your study plan. Yes. Please remember to thumbs up this video, everyone. And of course, please go to my latest video, my travel vlog. Please go and share some love. Please go and press that like button for that video as well. And please watch it because it is really interesting and fun. Yes, you can apply it next year because the scholarship is every single year. Of course, I've tried Indian food. I love Indian food because I come from Singapore. I eat Indian food very often. I eat Malay food very often as well. I love naan. I love prata. I love masala. I love like butter chicken. Every single thing you can think of. Tran says, can you give us some tips to save money in Korea? Cook. By cooking, you will save a lot of money. That's what I do because eating out here in Korea can be quite expensive. So cooking and preparing your meals at home will be a much better option. Yes. Samosa. Yes, I love samosa. It's so good. But then I don't have one near me, so I'm going to be going to eat it soon. Do we have to live in dorm on our own? You can either opt for the dormitory or you can stay on your own. So it's an option for you to choose. 장학금은 받으면서 아르바이트 해도 되는 건가요? 네, 할 수 있는데 되게 복잡해요. 왜냐면 KGSP 때문에 너무 복잡해요. 막 서류도 제출해야 되고 일주일 동안 최대 몇 시간만 할 수 있고 그리고 지금 공부하는 분야랑 연결해야 되고 막 이것저것 했기 때문에 되게 복잡해요. 그래서 그리고 시간도 없을 것 같아요. 그래서 제가 그냥 아르바이트 안 한 거예요. So she asked whether we can do part-time while having the scholarships. So I said that it is very complicated if you want to do part-time as a KGSP scholar because you have to fill up forms. There's a limit on the number of hours you can do. And obviously, I feel that there's no time as well. So yeah, do the dormitory have curfew. Some dormitories might have a curfew, but because for SNU, the school is on a mountain, so you need to take a bus when entering SNU. So the bus usually ends around like 11, 12 a.m. So yeah, that is your curfew, I must say. But usually I don't think that there is a curfew. You can say, hi, I was just wondering if I could apply for both the embassy track. No, I don't think you can apply for both tracks. I think in the guidelines, they mentioned that you can only choose one track. And if they find out that you applied for both tracks, they are going to forfeit your application, if I'm not wrong. So do check out the guidelines, yes. Now I have so much. I'm so jealous. I want to eat it. Nearby says, any tips for Korean lessons on our own? Read, write, practice your writing, practice your speaking. Don't be afraid of like making mistakes, because everyone make mistakes. But if you're going to be so uptight about making mistake, you're not going to be able to improve. Yes, that's my main tip for you. Okay, bye. Thank you so much for your information. Hi, bye. 장학금이 생활비는 충분한가요? 충분할 것 같아요. 만약에 막 옷도 엄청 싸지 않고 그냥 적당히 쓰면은 괜찮은 것 같아요. 물론 막 적금하고 싶으면 조금 무리할 수도 있지만, 그냥 막 식사하고 가끔씩 옷 사고 이것저것 하면은 충분할 것 같아요. Rayon said, I'm thinking of applying for the embassy track itself, but applying without the scholarship. Okay, then that should be fine. So yes, I think that should be, yeah, I don't think that would be a problem. Yeah, I misread the question. I'm so sorry. Yes, I think it'll be all right. I think it's a good option, actually. What are you doing now? Have you already graduated or not? Is it hard to get a job? I'm in my 3rd semester in Seoul National University, so I'm going to be writing my thesis and then probably work either in Singapore or in Korea. It is hard to get a job. I think currently, because of coronavirus, economy is very bad. So it might be an issue, to get a job here in Korea. But then it depends also. Neha Abba says, you are my inspiration to be the Christian. Thank you, but how do I convince my parents? I think you just have to tell them that it is a very important step in your life that you are willing to take. And by coming to Korea, you'll be able to develop more as a person, intellectually, personally, because you really become more independent studying abroad alone. So I think you can tell them the benefits and advantages of you studying abroad. Heidi Hassan says, I want to know if I win a competition. Yes, you should mention it, because I think it is very useful. It serves as a validation for the scholarship panel to kind of know where are your abilities, and yes, so include it. Rian says, but would it be an issue if they... I don't think that might be an issue. I think to play safe, I would recommend you to call your Korean embassy, because they might be strict about it. It is always better to play safe than sorry. So drop them a call or email them to be sure. So I hope that answers the question. I cannot drink, so I can run Koreans. I don't drink as well. I don't like drinking. I don't really drink, but I still hang out with my Korean friends. So while they drink, I just have my milk or my juice. So that is not an issue. It is just like, if they will understand that, oh, you cannot drink. So they will understand that. So you can always opt for a different beverage, like juice or like milk. That is what I do. I always opt for like milk or like juice. So it's not an issue. So yeah, is there any question? Because I'm going to be ending my live session here. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please remember to like my Q&A, like my videos, subscribe to my channel. And this is my Instagram handle. Please go and follow it there. Now here, Abbas, last question. Are Koreans racist? As I mentioned, in every single country, there are going to be racist people. It's not just in Korea. You can have racism in Singapore. You can have racism in America. You can have racism in everywhere. So I don't think... there are some people who are racist, but obviously they're like the younger generation is not that bad. So I hope that answers your question. Transit, I hope that you'll make a video about vlog in SNU. So for those of you who are interested about how studying as an SNU student is like, let me send you this video, because I have a few videos that I made. So go and check this out. This is a video. Oh, this is the video. This is my study vlog. Please go and check that out. So yes, so Subscribe to my channel because a lot of future videos are going to be coming up really soon. Follow my Instagram because I do a lot of Insta stories. I update about my life. I update about my cooking, every single thing possible. So thank you. Yeah, do you have a room? I don't stay in my dorm, Carla. I stay on my own in like a separate office tower. So my friends who are staying in dormitories, they do have roommates. The last class you did in your country, how many % of your percentage in it? What do you mean? But if you're asking me about my GPA of my bachelor's degree, I got 4.69 out of 5. So I got first class honors. So yeah, I hope that helps. Yes, so if there's no further question, I'm going to be ending my live here. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave it under any video. I don't check my Instagram DMs, so that might be an issue. I might reply you late. So if you are very urgent, please ask me questions on my YouTube videos. What is the grade requirement? What is the grade requirement for? I subscribed to your channel. That was amazing. Love you so much. From Vietnam. No, thank you so much. I love Vietnam. So, Tran, are you from Vietnam? Because if you're from Vietnam, I really love you. I've been to Vietnam a lot of times. Tell me what you. I don't think you can send your application online for the submission. You can only submit it like a hard copy to the Korean embassy. Yes. So I'll be ending my live session here. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave it under the video and I'll be replying to your comments. And subscribe to my channel for more and follow my Instagram for future updates. Sheila says, if I get in Korea, do I have to? Yeah, I think you will have to share a dorm with someone else, if I'm not wrong. From what I know, like my friends are sharing a dorm with someone else. Is there also an interview for undergraduates? Yes, I think there is an interview for undergraduates, both the embassy and the school. Yes, so leave me future questions on my videos, and I'm going to be ending my live here because I need to study for my exams this week. And yeah, so oh, you're still in lockdown. I'm so sorry to hear that. But please stay safe. I want you guys to be safe so that I can have a chance to meet you guys here in Korea. Wear your mask, wash your hands, sanitize. Thank you for coming to my live. Subscribe to my channel because a lot of very interesting videos are coming up really soon. Instagram is going to be somewhere where you can see my daily life, you know. So please go and follow me there. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for your support. You guys mean so much to me. I wish you guys all the best in applying for your KGSP scholarship and more future videos to come. So thank you so much, everyone. Bye. Yes, please follow my Instagram, Carla. I will be see you guys.